This is a model compression platform. There are people who use Google Cloud Vertex AI example. That's another one. We have I'm forgetting this other platform, but there are several platforms you can use to compress your model. Then there's parallelism, where, remember when I mentioned distributed training? That's what NVIDIA uses to train their own models. They parallel their models such that you don't waste your compute on one model. It's spread all over. That way, if one part crashes, you don't have a downtime, right?
The main reason I picked Flutter as a freelancer developer, there's also this part of me I've always wanted to build apps, especially for iOS.
Token-based authentication is a security method whereby a user will get verified according to a specific token. So the token, the token itself, it's unique. Hawezi copy paste. It's unique and it has to have an expiration date.
In simple terms, what JSON schema is, it's easy to use, and then human and machine readable, and lastly, easy to test. And it also ensures that the quality of data submitted by the Android client is of high quality.
If I write some text here, it's going to generate a response based on that text, just like ChatGPT. For example, I can ask it, not even suggest, can say create an itinerary for, is that the spelling of itinerary? For Mombasa.
So one tip I usually give everyone, once you create the authentication route and you're handling how users sign in, you can also create a profile in the Firestore database so that you enable your users to log in you can be able to track your user information, and then that will help you when you're creating the different profile pages and things like that.
Wangapi wanafanya backend na Kotlin? Spring Boot, Kto? Wazi. Moja. Mnajaribu, sawa. So I can lie to you people and you will not do anything, so I'm happy. You want to start a software or a service, you normally start from something that looks like this. You create a database. Since all of us love databases, we start from a database, alafu tuna create a certain service from there. And that service, once you create it, the next thing you add is we create an API, sindio?
Max lines is, I have a text form field, but I want mtu aeke, for example, a paragraph. So unaweka max lines equal for text input type. For example, if you are putting your phone number, text input type yako itakuwa number. If it is email, itakuwa ya email. If it is just your name, username, itakuwa text input type dot text. Hivyo tu.
So this is Vertex AI, Palm API.
What WebAssembly does for us is, if you put your code in a sandbox setup where I give my program the only access I need to give it to run. Sawa sawa.
So when you get the data set, computer vision uses the concept of deep learning, right? And neural networks, right? So we get the data set, we reshape the data set, right? Because pixels in Africa, the range of up to 255. Sindio.
I'm advocating for diversity, equity and inclusion in many conferences I attend or places I am. Because of this, I have dedicated my technical writing skill to help more women get into tech or learn more about different skills in the tech space.
The control widget helps you accomplish such functionalities without having going into the application. And then now we have a hybrid widget. He mentioned a Spotify, the Spotify widget. It's both a control widget and also an informational widget. So you can use it to control maybe your playlist, and also it tells you, say, the kind of music you're playing or the artist of that, the music that you're playing, yeah, and stuff like that.
It's
because it's Android Auto, Google tries to mimic whatever we are seeing here to the car's head unit. Because we have top hits. We have DJ catalog. Are we together? So when I go to my top hits, I will get grouchy. When I go to my top hits, I will get grouchy like that. When I go to DJ catalog, like so, go back, then click that, I'll still get the catalog like so. When I go deeper into, for example, Shinsky like so, I'll still get all songs related to Shinsky.
You can create apps for different platforms using a single code base. Then we have widget-based architecture, meaning you have a consistent UI. You see on this, we have on web, on mobile, on desktop, or on embedded systems, you have a consistent UI. Then you have, it targets multiple platforms. That is, we have in desktop, in different platforms, in mobile, in web. And then we have efficiency and time saving, especially in development, since you have only one code base. So if it saves time, come to Flutter, please. Because it saves a lot of time. You don't have time to waste. In building applications for iOS only, then you come to build Android only, and you can do it in Flutter. Why don't you do it in Flutter?
We really don't want to focus on just Mombasa, but we want to look at, okay, can we reach out to people like in Lamu, in Malindi, in Kwale, right? How can we get to them? And of course, maybe you've seen that this year we've been focusing on Mombasa, but we usually say we have to start from somewhere. And that is why we've reached out to even other community members that have been in the space for quite a while. You've seen the likes of Pwani Techno Girls, you've seen Infitech, you've seen She Devs, you've seen Flutter Mombasa. These are communities that are born and bred here in Mombasa, and it's really great to see that. So please give an applause for those communities. And as well, there are always companies, they're always upcoming. For example, Infobip, for those who maybe have heard about Infobip this year. Please go check them out. They usually, I think they do a lot of things in marketing. So if you need like those chatbots and all that, BA virtual assistants, Infobip has all those kind of solutions. We have Moringa School, and I think Mombasa is the next frontier. I believe so. Don't you guys agree? Thank you once again, and on behalf of GDG Pwani and all our partners and sponsors, have a good evening and have an amazing holiday.